Welcome back to the Sooner Surge, and today we're joined by Xander Konell from Sapulpa High School, class of 2023 recruit, two-star Xander Konell. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Xander, what's your recruiting process been like so far? I know you really haven't gotten the recognition you deserve. In my opinion, one of the best players on Sapulpa for sure, no doubt about that. You were a captain this year, and I mean the team's better with you, and no one's really looking at you. So, how's your recruiting process been?
So to start, in summer before even season started, I tried going through a couple of camps, and what I could say is go to invite camps only. Open camps are terrible. I went to a couple, and they're just ransacked like 500 kids, so many.
Mm.
And going to those invite camps, you can get a good idea of like getting with coaches and whatnot, but it's a little hard with the portal coming out. Not many coaches are reaching out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered about that with the portal, with how that, we've heard a few coaches and broadcasters say how it's really affected high school recruiting in a big way. So it kind of speaks to what you said. I was going to ask you about this last season going up against Zadavian Sims, big time recruit, number one player in Oklahoma as a ranking, but you kind of just, I don't want to say dominated, but you kind of did. I mean, no sacks allowed and just kind of had a great game. Just tell us about going up against him and kind of his strengths and what you had to do on that game.
Who do you play for?
For Durant?
Durant.
Durant? Oh, the big
Yeah,
guy?
yeah,
That
Man,
explains it, right?
yeah. Well, I've been
yeah,
trying to tell you guys.
going into the game, no, he's got size for sure. I imagine that's probably why he's got his stars. It he he's young, so I think that he was coming into it just not caring, knowing that he's already got college locked in. That's just
Mm-hmm.
some guys got size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's definitely a specimen. Hey, Xander, talk to us about a little bit of the Blue Gray All American game kind of event that you went to and what you got from that and just the experience there.
So that was an invite camp to start off with,
Okay.
and I went to it, and once you get done with that invite camp, if you do well enough, they'll invite you to the next one. And it's basically going from one camp to a tryout. And went to the tryout, and they'll have you bench, run 40s, L drill, all that stuff. And if you do well enough of that, then you get to go to the game. And they have like 3 or 4 games, I think. One was in Tampa, 2 were in Dallas, I think.
And
So,
you went to the one in Dallas, is that right?
yep,
Yeah.
Dallas, and it's at the AT&T Stadium, yeah.
Any athlete that you can recall going against or maybe playing with at that game that stands out?
They were all standing out. They would be exchanging with each other and be like, "Hey man, what kind of offers you got? I got D1, D2, all this stuff," and get to me and be like, "What you got?" And I'm like, "Yeah, not much yet, but I'm looking for it."
Yeah.
Even our kicker on that team, he is going over to Michigan, D1.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So, Xander, do you feel that that game has helped your recruiting experience?
I think it definitely looks nice on it, but it hasn't done much for me yet. I'm hoping as it goes on, it will. The YouTube on it has over 4,000 views last time I checked the game,
Nice.
so it's a good amount. I had a football academy contact me before the game and tell me want me going there, but it's not something I'm looking at too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xander. So as you know, as Hunter said, I think you were a two-star prospect. What are some schools that are interested in you?
So far, the only one to really reach out to me has been Southwestern in Kansas. It's a NAI. They're pretty good college out there. They just won back-to-back championships, I think.
Okay.
Oh wow. And then do you have any Division 1 schools that are after you maybe as like a walk-on scholarship or anything?
No walk-ons, not even up to D2. I've contacted all neighboring states too. I've emailed everyone
Yeah. Hey, talk to us, Xander, about you've been a two-sport athlete for, I mean, since I can recall, all the way down back to middle school. Played
Yep.
two sports as a football player and a wrestler. Talk to us maybe about how that has helped you in football, being a wrestler, and maybe vice versa. Just the benefits of two-sport athletes, because a lot of guys are specializing nowadays into one sport, and coaches are like, "Hey, you need to do one sport." But I know there's benefit, there's value in playing two sports. So maybe just elaborate on that.
So any coach you'll ever talk to will always tell you go into wrestling. You know, wrestling just helps with so much, like leverage if you're a lineman, tackling if you're on defense. You know, and you're definitely gonna get your conditioning, and that's for sure.
Yeah,
One thing that comes with being two sports, it's mental toughness. I mean, you're never taking a break really.
that's right. Yeah.
I
Hey,
actually thinking about getting into three sports for my senior year.
What, you gonna be track?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
There you go. Come on out.
Yeah.
wow. What are you? What would you run in track?
Um, I know my dad would like me to do hurdles. That's what he did. He did
Oh, really?
everything, but I know he'd want to teach me hurdles.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, are you for sure set on doing football in college, or have you considered not playing football?
I I've been doing some thinking about it, because not many things coming in for it. I applied for OU, OSU, all these stuff, and see what I can get from them. But I think I'd just kick myself too much if I didn't try to do football in college.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We know you're talented academically too. Really, hit the books hard there at Sepulpa. I know you've scored well on ACT and things like that. So, didn't know if you want to talk about maybe academics and maybe what kind of major you'd be looking at going into in college.
So two majors I've been looking into, like job. Um, I've been looking into engineering. I'm kind of undecided what kind of engineering yet. And on the complete opposite end of that would be physical therapy. Kind of opposite jobs, but I'm kind of stuck between them.
Yeah.
I
So,
I'm retaking my ACT because I've actually getting a lot of people saying that if I can get at least like one more point higher, it'll look a lot better for everything.
Okay.
nice. So, Xander, as far as you said, southeastern up in Kansas,
Southwestern, yeah.
southwestern.
Southwestern.
Sorry, southwestern. So something like that. Going there as an NAIA. Also after a year or two there, there's been many players that have developed and moved into a Division One scholarship from that. So, is
Oh,
that something kind of you're thinking as well? If you go there and then catapult yourself to D1 after a couple of years or something?
I think especially with the portal, when it comes around to it, you'll get a lot of junior seniors that are in college, have been on teams for a while that teams are trying to pick up because they don't really want freshmen no more. It's
Mm-hmm.
too easy to just transfer over to a new school. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's something that could definitely happen, especially if you look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really not thought about much is how much this affects the high school senior like you. Uh, because now, yeah, teams have those extra scholarships, those extra PWO spots, stuff like that, and now it's not being used because there's the transfer portal. Anyone can transfer, and at the end of the day, they would rather the 1 year of experience versus someone who they would almost have to develop.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it seems like I'm running into a little bit out here.
Is there a position you prefer? Because I know you played both sides of the ball in high school. Is there a position that you would prefer to play at the college level?
Southwestern's contacted me about they want me at outside linebacker. They'd want me at Sam. That's
Okay.
one thing they want me at. I love playing any type of linebacker. I like hitting. That's why I'm on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of many guys, Xander, there's a guy at BA named Gavin Potter who played came out really his senior year. All of a sudden, he was a backup quarterback his senior year. Jay, you can correct me if I'm wrong. He went to linebacker his senior year, and then actually ended up going to Kansas. He just hit the portal this last year, but he was Kansas' leading tackler, and he was a wrestler. I think he was a state champion wrestler, Gavin Potter at BA. But you've got a lot of the same qualities and characteristics that he had, and one is if you get your hands on someone, you don't let go. I mean, you make the tackle.
Yeah.
Probably the least amount of missed tackles I've seen in someone that I've watched. So I don't know if that's just attested to wrestling and other things or what, but that's one thing I noticed.
Yeah, you'll get the grappling and wrestling. I mean, once you're going against these guys, if you're gonna throw them, if you're gonna try to pull them around, you got to make sure you hold on. That's for sure. I'm going to get heavyweight now too, so I'm running against guys that are 285. I'm running at like a 70-pound disadvantage, 60-pound disadvantage at these.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because you weren't heavyweight last year, right? This is something new that you've gone up to the heavyweight level.
Last year I was wrestling 182, so I've gained 20-something pounds, but I decided I want to go against some big boys for my last year.
There you go.
Yep.
Who's the most high level athlete you've had to play against throughout your high school years?
Ooh. It's hard for me to recall names. I'm not the best with names, but I would say that Grove running back we went against this year was pretty tough, and I would have liked to go on against McAllister's running back when he was healthy, for sure.
Yeah, Eric McCarty. Yeah.
Hey, you brought up Emmanuel Crawford, and actually, we had him on the pod, and he wasn't getting any really looks either, which was crazy. His story was kind of similar to yours. He didn't get a whole lot of looks. I think he's ended up he went and visited Arkansas. Did he take a PWO there, guys? Or?
Yeah, he did.
PWO at Arkansas. It's like, people are missing out on some excellent players, it seems like, by just maybe because of the portal.
Yeah. And with this being in January and all these people are having to commit real soon, a lot of coaches have seemed to like try to contact freshmen now, but I'm not sure it's happening too much anyways.
Yeah, Xander, you've mentioned that you haven't really gotten the PWO offer. Have you considered just showing up to a school and walking on?
I have applied to TU, and I'm thinking about doing it. It would be real nice to go there and try to walk on,
And they got a great new staff.
TU, man.
Yep.
TU's that new staff they brought in, it seems like they're really starting to hit Oklahoma a little bit harder than the previous regime.
That's what I was looking into. I saw that they're bringing in this new staff, and it looks like they're going to be good this year. Something I would like to join.
Yeah, I think they already in the last 3 weeks have 6 commits from OK Preps already. I think I saw a stat they offered over 30 guys over 2 weeks from OK Preps.
What is the process on the walk-on thing? You said you applied, and they say yay or nay, and then you go to an open tryout, or how's that work?
I haven't even talked to anyone that's offered a PWO or anything yet. What I'm trying to do is I'll apply to the school, and then I'm going to email the coach and then go through the Twitters and all that stuff and try to get in contact with them at least.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to talk to the new staff at TU at all or not?
No, not yet. I've emailed the linebacker coach. I'm soon going to email the recruiting coach because I actually got his email now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if they watch film, they're going to see what they're getting. Just a talented, hardworking, excellent tackler, guy who's smart on the field in the classroom. So, hopefully that'll bode well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at times this year you were playing north of 100 snaps a game, right?
Every snap of defense. I don't want to come out of it.
And almost every snap of offense as well.
Yeah. At tight end, they have me as a blocker because, earlier, once I get the hands on the guy, if I get in the front, I can I can hold him down.
Yeah. Is there a game in your high school career that you would say was the top game that you remember the most, or you'll remember for years?
I think it's going to be the McAllister game. Just coming, everyone came into it thinking we're going to lose, and we end up winning that thing. And I don't think I've ever been so excited after a win. You know,
That was definitely as a fan, that was the one that I recall the most. Yeah, that game.
And didn't
I
y'all
think
just spank them too?
it was pretty good.
I think they made it close, and then we kind of went off with them.
Xander did really good on containing McCarty up until he broke free one play, and I mean that's just as a team, like there's not much you can do when you have an OU commit that you're going against.
Yeah, that dude, he can go. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and I can only imagine playing him when he's at 100%. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, at that game he was banged up, and he was still busting free for 40-yard score in the fourth quarter. So,
yeah.
So, National Signing Day is tomorrow. Have you thought about like committing with Southwestern or anything like that leading up to it?
I've been putting a lot of thought into it. I'm applying for OSU just see if I can get my academics there, and then I would really like to commit to Southwestern, but I'm just not sure with all the majors they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they don't
Yeah.
offer the best engineering, but they offer physical therapy, which would be nice.
How would that
Do you
work
have-
with you? Because I know you're like really far ahead on your basics.
See, I have over, I think 6 or 7 college credits now. I'm sure there's definitely more to go, but the first year I'm basically going to get to skip most of it.
Yeah.
And move on to further years.
Is there a deadline or a date that you know, as far as walking on or whatever you decide that it's like a drop dead date you have to have a decision by?
They would like you to commit by February 1st, but you really have up until enrollment to do it. It's just if you don't commit, they'll find people to fill your spot. You know?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I know with Southwestern, I follow a lot of high school guys on Twitter, and right now
A lot are
the
committing.
offers are rolling with them. Like, and then commitments as well. That was one thing. Doesn't know how it works for you on if you wait, what does that mean for you? Do they move on or what?
I imagine if you wait, they're definitely gonna get more people, but I wonder how that would affect scholarship wise if they would pull or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So did they offer you a full scholarship?
It was so their missions and all that stuff, tuition, dorms is around 47,000, and they offered 33,000, and that's football and academics together.
Okay. It's a good chunk of change, man.
It is.
But it's also, like you said, you got decisions you have to make with, your future as far as your major and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I know we'll be promoting you best we can on here on Sooner Surge, and maybe you can, as you hear from these other schools, OSU, TU, we know the future's bright. You're super smart, super talented across the board. So we'll be promoting you best we can, Xander.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nah, I think we covered it all there.
All right.
Yeah, thanks again
Awesome.
for
Well,
joining us.
Thanks for joining
Thanks
us.
for having
Xander.
me, guys.
We'll be
Appreciate
posting.
it, man.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Yep.